Hi, welcome to Vader TV. I'm Ezra Roizen, and today we have Alex Blum, the CEO of KickApps, and we're going to get some thoughts on KickApps and his experience helping companies develop new social media platforms. Alex was formerly the president and COO of Jump TV and spent 8 years helping develop AOL's audience, and was, I imagine, very successful in that because they have a very, very large audience.
So. Well, actually, AOL does still today have a very large audience here in North America. The role I had was head of product marketing for the audience division at AOL. That was the last role I had there, the last 3.5 years that I was with the organization. And if you know anything about AOL, this was their new strategy to move away from the subscription-based access aggregated client model to a free to consumer ad supported model. And through that process we were searching for the key recipe for rapid audience growth as we were competing with Yahoo and Google and MSN and others. And we discovered the formula was, social network community. We were very early in introducing video into the experience. We wanted to be ahead of this sort of general migration of text and graphics-based experiences to video-based experience. We thought that that was very important. And one of the other things that we did in that role was we sort of went back to the core or essence of what stimulated the early growth of AOL. And it was things like message board and chat and real community applications and experiences. And through trial and error, we discovered there this sort of recipe for rapid audience growth and deeper engagement.
And so let's level set. So KickApps is essentially in the business of private labeling social media. It's a private label social media platform. So organizations can partner with you, use your services, and essentially create their own social and highly interactive media environments. Is that a fair way of saying it?
That's right. And in fact, we make it very, very easy for them to do that. So with the existing platform, which is a suite of hosted web services, we have also a series of web tools that would allow the average web developer to come in and create a very highly customized experience, integrate it within an existing website, or create a new website from scratch within a matter of days. Right. So if you go to kickapps.com and you look at some of the customer websites that we highlight on our corporate homepage or within Kick Developer, which is our social network for the developer community, you'll find some very rich experiences and very robust social networks and social media experiences. And the vast majority of those were created by a web developer or two in a matter of days.
And as you're looking out at the landscape, I mean, obviously media, social networking, there's a massive convergence. I mean, Fox buying MySpace sort of got the game started, and then you had Disney and Club Penguin, you have NBC iVillage, you have so many media companies basically trying to figure out how they use social platforms to engage their audiences. And you're sort of at this point kind of the, not to use a somewhat unpopular expression at times, but you're kind of the arms dealer. I mean, you're enabling these guys to essentially go after that segment and really create new strategies for bringing social and collaborative aspects to their sort of legacy product, so to speak. Mm-hmm. What are the trends you're finding? What are the things you're seeing for how media organizations are engaging and using your platform to develop new kinds of social interaction with their consumers?
So, there are many things, and frankly, a lot of the conversations that we have with our major media partners surprisingly goes well beyond just implementing our technology.
Right.
There's a whole series of curation and moderation and nurturing of the social network that's necessary at the very beginning. We talk a lot about that with our major media partners. In fact, we wrote a white paper on the subject matter, the 9 steps to a successful social media site. And we put the white paper up on our website, and we were pleasantly surprised to see how popular.
Can anybody download that?
Anybody can download it. You go to kickapps.com today, and it's free for download. And in the 9 steps, we talk briefly about the technology involved in being successful in introducing these types of experiences. But that being said, we are comfortable with the idea of being an arms provider, and we feel we have the most robust platform for enabling these types of experiences, and we have the platform that's the most easy to implement. And so major media all the way down to tier 5 smaller websites can equally come in and use our platform to experiment around the idea of introducing social media experiences at their website.
And how small, when people are using these kind of social media platforms or your media partners are trying to set up communities, are they thinking communities around shows, around categories, around what typically, how are people conceptualizing?
It could be around brands, personalities, television shows, movies that are being released, themes, passions. These are all the things that are the core subject matter that are ripe for a social network and a social media experience.
And what are some examples of your clients, and are there specific ones you can talk to about folks who have implemented KickApps and have seen some success using the platform?
Yeah, there are numerous examples, but a couple of my favorites, starting off with Vibe. Vibe magazine, you may be familiar with, has been around for a while, went through some tough times as a pure print magazine publication, and about a year and a half ago was purchased by a new media entity that decided to reinvent the brand not only through the magazine but online. And one of the things that they did was they created a social media experience around a contest, sort of American Idol hip-hop contest online where users would submit their hip-hop music video, and the Vibe audience would vote on the most popular, and they had a contest, and it was so successful. There were so many participants, so many people who signed up as members to the social network that they've kept the campaign and the concept going, and now this social network is at the core of the relaunch of Vibe.com. And in the third iteration of the contest, it was co-sponsored with MySpace.
Got it.
And it was a very evolved...
Is that sort of harkening back to MySpace's music origins and essentially trying to basically overlap?
They just saw this. They were exposed to this and thought it was a tremendous idea, to the point that they wanted to co-sponsor it, even a social media experience that wasn't within MySpace.
It's amazing.
And we created widgets for the MySpace Vibe Versus contest that were placed within MySpace/hip-hop, which is a very highly trafficked section within MySpace, their hip-hop oriented section of the MySpace site. And we saw a tremendous amount of traffic driven through our widgets within MySpace. The contest was a huge hit. Wyclef Jean, the hip-hop artist, announced the winner at his MySpace launch party in Los Angeles. And the winner of that contest received a record deal and performed at his concert. So those are the sort of things.
How was the performance?
I thought it was tremendous, actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I don't know if you're into hip hop music like I am.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, so now looking down the road a little bit, you had mentioned you have a new release of the site, and there are some cool functions and capabilities you guys are bringing out. I want to make sure we get that in.
Right. So we have release 3.0 coming out at the end of this month, and we're very excited about it because, as I stated earlier, the web tools that we provide today allow the average web developer to come in on a self-service basis. So we don't necessarily need to get involved at all. We might not even have a conversation, even in the email thread, with some of the publishers that come and take our tools and create great things with them. But what we thought we would do with version 3.0 was broaden the universe of potential users of our platform, and make these tools that we provide even more powerful. So now it goes beyond just web developers, and so people like me who aren't necessarily as technical as the average web developer can still use our tools and create, for example, we have a widget authoring environment that's very intuitive, very robust. So now I'm a Flex to Flash developer. I know nothing about what it takes. But with a WYSIWYG tool that I can drag and drop elements and create a very robust widget, flash-based widget, without any formal training.
Sorry, one more question on that front.
Yes.
Are you finding most of the people consuming and using the product are technical people, or are you really getting into sort of more product managers and business types who are using it?
The core user, influencer, and decision maker around our product is the web developer.
Right.
But we see at major media the marketing department wanting to get involved. Right. And so now they have tools from us that would allow someone in the marketing department or the editorial staff to now be in a position to create incredible widget-based experiences or page experiences. We have another tool that makes it very easy to modify the CSS of the page. Mm-hmm. Again, a WYSIWYG tool that allows someone who's not technical to go in and modify the looks and feel of the pages.
Now, you guys, that all sounds great. It sounds like that's probably a ton of work getting 3.0 ready to roll.
A lot of sleepless
nights. Hoping for guys that are working for you, not for you, but maybe both.
I haven't slept either, but
that's too bad.
That's another story.
The business model. How do you make money?
So we make money in two ways.
Right.
The first most popular model or offer that we have is that the publisher can come in on a self-service basis, use our tools for free. Mm-hmm. Sign up, it's a free account, start playing with them, test them out, build out these experiences, introduce these experiences, and we'll host those experiences, including the media. Mm-hmm. That's either uploaded by the publisher or submitted by the audience. And in exchange for that, for the free access to the tools and the hosting, we retain inventory on an inventory share basis that's created through the implementation of our applications.
Got it.
And so the publisher has their inventory that they can monetize, so there's immediately a new revenue stream for the publisher. And we retained other inventory that we monetize across thousands of sites in our network that are KickApps enabled.
Got it.
The other model is if the publisher happens to have their own ad sales organization, or for whatever reason they're not comfortable with the idea of us delivering our advertising into their domain, they can buy us out.
Got it.
And pay us what is in essence a license fee on a usage basis.
Got it.
CPM
sort of
rates.
a virtual CPM.
A virtual CPM, a CPM that represents the opportunity cost to us of not being able to deliver our own inventory. So depending on the volume at the site, the minimum commits, that CPM will range from $2 to $5.
Yeah. That's great. So you essentially have a sort of pay-as-you-grow model, virtually advertising based on all the requirements of having to use your stuff and maybe other issues that come along with using your ads in their property.
That's right. We call it pay for performance. So to the extent that your site's successful, we'll make money along with you.
Yep.
We're a partner in that. But if nothing happens with the site, then we don't get paid.
Cool. Well, we're going to wrap up. Any other thoughts on KickApps? You want to make sure to get out there? Feel free. Shameless plug. Anything else you want to throw out there?
The shameless plug is to go visit KickApps.com because it is that easy. You just sign up. Free account, start playing with the tools, go visit kickdeveloper.com, as I think I mentioned earlier. We eat our own dog food. We created our own social network around our developer community that is growing very rapidly. And there you'll find all sorts of great tutorials, extensions that our developers have created on top of our platform, advice that they might give to other web developers that are coming in to use the platform. That's sort of an exchange of ideas and best practices for those who are happily using the KickApps platform.
That's great. Well, hey, this is Ezra Royce with Vader TV. A special thanks to Alex Blum, the CEO of KickApps, and it sounds like they're well on their way to kicking apps. So congrats. Thanks for coming in.
Ezra, I'm glad you said that, not me. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Vader TV.